Hi, year 13. It's me, Miss Sarmiento. Um, I hope you guys are all doing well in this lockdown and you and your family are keeping safe. Um, so I understand that you guys are working through the internal assessment. And I know it's a little bit of a struggle, especially if you did leave your folders back at school. So I hope you guys are working well through that. Um, Me and Miss Tuyali decided that it would be helpful for you guys if I created like a little mini series of videos that will help you understand bits of the internal, also help you understand what you need to do for these for bits of the internal. So this is the first episode. Um, and it's just unpacking the internal, remembering what exactly is it, what do we have to do, and why it's important for us to do this internal. And hopefully this will help you kind of just remember the reason why we're working through this, and help you push through and get it done. Okay, so what is the research internal? So essentially, it's just an assessment that requires students to research and investigate an historical event that is of significance to New Zealand. So you guys have chosen the 1918 influenza epidemic in Samoa. This internal is really cool because it actually helps you learn new skills that are really valuable for later in life, such as critical thinking skills. So being able to think critically is really important because you're going beyond the surface level and you're diving deeper into the event and learning things and understanding parts of the event that you wouldn't if you just looked at the first layer of the event. So it's being able to understand things at a deeper level of thinking. So that's critical thinking. You'll also be able to understand different perspectives to this internal. So that's really important as history students to be able to understand different perspectives, because being able to understand different perspectives will broaden your viewpoint on the event. And it's really ineffective as a historian if you look at a piece of history just from one person's point of view, because that's not effective at all and that's not reliable. So being able to understand and look at this event through different perspectives will really give you a good grasp of the circumstances behind the event, and the reasons why certain people groups acted in a way. So that's another skill that you actually learn from this internal. So what does this internal include? You've got identifying a topic, 1918 influenza epidemic in Samoa, selecting relevant evidence through relevant sources, creating annotations for each source, and evaluating your research process. So that's the big chunk of what you have to do in the internal. So believe it or not, I did this internal too, 3 times actually, all 3 years of history in NCEA. I did this internal. And it wasn't that long ago that I was in your position. 5 years ago, I was in year 13 doing this exact internal. It's a photo of me down there in year 13. And I hated this internal. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I did not enjoy it, but that's because I was a serial procrastinator. I did not allocate enough time to work on this internal, and instead I focused too much on my social life or my job over my studies, which is not good. Don't do that. I'm telling you now, from a teacher's point of view. um, but in order to succeed for this internal, it's so crucial to allocate enough time to it, because it's quite a big internal. There's quite a lot that you have to do. There's a lot of work that you have to do. And in order to kind of ease that burden of the work, you have to put enough time to work on it. So you've got 5 steps essentially that you need to follow. You need your research proposal, which most of you already have done, your focus question signed off, 4 sources for each focus question, annotations for each source, and then an evaluation of your research process. That's 5 things. It's not a lot, but 5 things that require enough time and energy into it. So if you follow those 5 things and put enough energy into it, you're gonna do well. You're gonna pass, you're gonna succeed. So don't be like me. Don't be like this dumb 18-year-old down here and focus on other things instead of my education. Don't do that. But most importantly, you guys, while working through this internal, your well-being is extremely important too. I don't want you to overwhelm yourself, um, because it is a lot of work to do, and it can feel overwhelming at times. But 1 hour a day is enough to work on this. If you allocate an hour a day every day for the next few weeks, you're going to be able to put this internal together and it'll be done. So take things one step at a time, because before you know it, you've got externals coming up and you'll have to sit those. And you don't want to end up like that baby in the meme, going into the externals very unprepared and stressing out. Um, for me, you guys, I have experienced this as well. Year 13 was a really stressful time for me because not only was I trying to finish my 13 years of high school, I wanted to pass and do well, but I was also working 30 hours a week in retail. So I didn't really have a lot of time allocated to my studies because I was too focused on trying to relax after working every day after school and on weekends. So if you were in the same boat as me when I was in high school, um, take it easy. Give yourself some time for yourself, but also don't forget that you do have expectations as a student to complete your work, and it can be hard at times. So please reach out if you need to, because I've gone through this as well. I was a student working as well, so I understand. It can get really frustrating when you just feel like there's not enough hours in a day to work on everything you want to. So please reach out to me or Ms. Tilly and we can help you out or guide you through this. Um, so that's that for the first episode of this mini series. Next video, we will be looking at perspectives, unpacking what perspectives mean, why it's important for this research internal, as well as looking at the different people involved in the event, so the 1918 epidemic in Samoa, and looking at their perspectives of the event. So hopefully that will help out some people who are stuck on that. Other than that, thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.